Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm enthralled to announce that the Pakistan Air Force has surrendered even before a retaliatory strike by India. In the aftermath of the Pahalgam terrorist attack by Pakistan-backed terrorists against our civilian tourists, India is itching for a response. A swift and decisive response is being planned and it will be carried out without taking any prisoners this time around. The Pakistan Defence Minister's statement that a strike from India is imminent further adds uh, evidence to this particular assertion. How have they surrendered though? How has Pakistan surrendered this time without a jet taking off, without a ship being mobilized, without a missile being fired? Well, actions speak louder than words, and their actions have proven their surrender. All that bravado you see on Twitter or on social media amounts to nothing. The biggest action that they've undertaken is mobilizing their mainstay. The Lockheed Martin US origin F-16 fourth generation fighter jet has been mobilized away from the potential conflict zone. Instead of being parked at air bases in Sindh and Punjab, they have shifted it all the way to Balochistan, to the northern part of the Arabian Sea near the Iran border. Well, why could that be? I'm sure the White House has given directives to Islamabad to do this. Otherwise, there's no way they would take a back step. However, the directive from the White House is not because of any concerns of their strategic relationship with India. Because you remember in 2019, during the Operation Swift Retort or whatever they had, the Pakistanis thoroughly used the F-16. They flew it near India's border, almost bringing it inside India's airspace. So why have they withdrawn it now? We had the same precedent, right? President Trump was president even back in 2019 as he is right now. So why the withdrawal even before the battle started? Well, one component in the equation that was missing back then that is there now is the state of the art iron defense wall known as the S-400 Triumph as NATO calls it. It's a Russian origin air defense system, multi-layered, multifaceted, best in the world perhaps, and hence India has made a strategically brilliant decision of procuring these weapons. Five of these regiments have been ordered, four of them delivered, two have been stationed on the western front against Pakistan in Punjab and Rajasthan. Apart from the acquiring of these systems, even the placement has been strategically done. If it were to be placed in Jammu or near the mountainous areas of Kashmir, the uneven terrain and the rocky terrain, the mountainous terrain of the region would have easily enabled Pakistan to use terrain masking, which is typically employed by drones or fighter jets against such high-tech air defense systems. However, the deserts of Punjab and the plains of Rajasthan provide no scope whatsoever. The S-400 will be able to engage any jet from far away. Let us see what this weapon packs, shall we? It has two radars primarily. First is the Big Bird, which is the detection radar. With a range of around 600 kilometers, it will be able to sense incoming threats from Pakistan, especially fighter jets or cruise missiles or whatever, just seconds after the thing takes off. Then we come to the engagement radar, the radar that will direct most of these missiles. That is the gravestone, and quite willingly and quite correctly so. With a strike rate of about 90 to 95% outclassing even the Iron Dome and the Patriot air defense system, this system hits its target with sheer precision. It can engage around 36 targets at one point of time. It can effectively track 100 targets at any given point of time. With missile launches from ranging from 36 to 112 within the span of 60 minutes, there is hardly any fighter jet on Earth that can escape the radar of this particular weapon. In fact, it's been specifically designed to counter threats posed by 4th and 4.5 generation fighter jets. Even the F-16 or JF-17 Thunder in this case will be of no use whatsoever. And now the F-16 is as it is out of question. It's only the JF-17 Thunder that will spearhead any aerial operation by the Pakistani Air Force. So now that we have familiarized ourselves with what the S-400 is, and what capabilities it packs, let us go into the JF-17 Thunder and the Indian Air Force's mainstay, the Sukhoi 30 MKI, shall we? The JF-17 Thunder is a Sino-Pak jointly developed fighter jet. It's a single-engine fighter jet as compared to the Russian origin Sukhoi 30 MKI of the Indian Air Force, a double-engine fighter jet with the AL-31 engines allowing for massive amount of thrust vectoring. Compared to the two jets, it's not even a contest, honestly. The Sukhoi 30 MKI is much better equipped with 12 hardpoints as compared to the JF-17's 7. The maximum payload capacity of this particular jet is around 8,800 kilograms as compared to just 4,500 of the JF-17, which means it's much better fueled and armed to the teeth. It's armed with missiles such as the Astra-1, that is the beyond visual range missile, the Kinzhal 31, and also the R-73. These two are within visual range missiles. Plus, in 2016, we managed to integrate the BrahMos into it, a 2.5-ton hypersonic missile with a range of 500 kilometers. It can easily penetrate into enemy territory and provide deep precision strikes. Then one thing you might recollect about this jet is that it easily managed to dodge beyond visual range missiles, especially those from the F-16s, the AMRAAM missiles, that is. This feature can be attributed to the perfect thrust vectoring of this jet. As I mentioned, there are two engines to this jet, and it's highly maneuverable. As with any Sukhoi jet, it more than makes up for its supposedly inferior stealth. Those jaw-dropping maneuvers, the Cobra, the Pugachev bell curve, making a mockery of the laws of physics. They don't just provide for brilliant displays at aero shows. No, they provide for much better situational awareness and an added on defense mechanism in the case of a dogfight or even a beyond visual range engagement. These features are precisely why, despite being outnumbered 4-1 last time, our Sukhois came back unharmed and successfully thwarted the threat of the Pakistani F-16s. But my question is, why should we send our pilots in so horribly outnumbered, I should say? We should use our numerical advantage to the maximum benefit that we can. We should match them jet for jet, missile for missile. We should deploy the best possible resources that we can so that we can score kills. This time the Sukhoi 30 MKI needs to score kills in order for us to be able to cement our air superiority in this region. But now that I've compared the two fighter jets, obviously, let us look at what air defense system Pakistan brings to the table now, shall we? The Pakistan air defense system, basically the best one of those, is the HQ-9B. It's a Chinese origin air defense system with a range of about 350 kilometers. There is a slight problem, however. The specification which I've listed exists only on paper. We have hardly seen it work on ground. If you remember, there was a inadvertent misfire of an unarmed BrahMos missile by an Indian Air Force officer back in 2022. And these very air defense systems did manage to detect the missile for the majority of its flight path, but did not neutralize it or did not intercept it. The missile crash landed at an open ground in Pakistan. But this rose serious concerns about the efficiency of Pakistan's air defense system. Especially add into the fact that the BrahMos can be shot from air to ground when it comes to the Sukhoi 30 MKI. Thus, we can effectively engage not just the JF-17, but also these air defense systems that are supposedly protecting Pakistan. The Sukhoi 30 combined with the S-400 provides for a deadly package in offense and defense. In fact, the best defense is a good offense, and nothing personifies this better than the Sukhoi 30 MKI. We have compared the fighter jets, we have compared the air defense systems. Hence, it's easy to say that if an aerial engagement between the two countries was to take place, Pakistan would be thoroughly outclassed and humiliated. In fact, there is nothing in the Pakistani arsenal that can come close to matching the S-400 in terms of air defense or the Sukhoi 30 when it comes to air-to-air combat. Such is the excellence of the Russian engineers And such is the strategic depth of our leaders who invested those billions of dollars in procuring these weapons, which are helping us to maintain our air superiority in the region to this day. I hope we give a befitting reply to the Pakistanis. As I said, we cannot set bad precedents of weakness or supposed, softness in such cases. Hard power is the only way you convince nations into doing what you want them to do. You remember our display of hard power in Armenia forced Azerbaijan to pursue peace. Our display of hard power along the LAC has forced China to pursue peace and better border ties with us. So why do we feel it's any different in the case of Pakistan? Hard power makes countries cower in fear. Hard power makes them submit. Hence, you have these billions of dollars worth of defense budgets. If not put to the proper use, it will be like a caged tiger, absolutely useless, and we'll end up not using the potential that we have. I hope I gave you a reasonable insight into the aerial theater of an Indo-Pak conflict. Thank you so much, friends. Jai Hind. Take care.